2015's Mad Max game was a success, and we see gamers still loving it to the fullest. But what if we tell you that another Mad Max game might be under development? Well, rumor has it that the game will soon get a sequel, and fans are already excited about it. So let's dive into the world of Mad Max in this video and discuss all the details that have been leaked until now. Is it true that a Mad Max sequel is under development? According to some latest reports, Avalanche Studios might be developing Mad Max 2 right now. This is the same studio that developed Just Cause and the first Mad Max game as well. Reportedly, the group started working on Mad Max 2 before the pandemic hit. The first Mad Max game was criminally underrated. However, it's pretty amazing to see fans going crazy about a sequel for the game that never made it to the top 5 games. Being underrated doesn't mean that the game wasn't a success. The studio had achieved much more success with the launch of this game than most people might think. On February 7th, 2022, Wendy W. Falk, a Twitter user, shared an image of herself getting 3D scanned at one of the Avalanche Studio offices. In the tweet, she mentioned that a developer from the studio had invited her to get scanned for a Mad Max 2 game. She added that a developer invited her to be a part of the game as a rebel. The image shared by the Twitter user shows her sitting in a studio surrounded by photogrammetry cameras and other apparatus while a man scans her face for Mad Max 2. Apparently, the picture is from the pre-COVID times. However, the user hadn't shared any other information regarding the progress of the game. What else is there to know? The thing about this sequel is that there's no official news about it yet. No one related to the franchise has talked about it. And it's just one tweet posted by a random user who isn't officially related to the studio or the franchise. So it's hard to talk about any progress the game's development might have made. But we can guess some information based on the comparisons of technology and the time gap between both Mad Max games. First of all, Wendy in her tweet mentioned 3D scanning, which means the game will be using this technology for all the characters. Now, if we think about the first Mad Max game, this technology wasn't used for it. So that logically means that the supposedly upcoming game should be better in quality and visuals, which collectively means that the game will have a higher standard than its predecessor. Another thing that might be true is that this upcoming game will have everything new, and it might not use anything other than the main characters from the previous game. So, will the theme and all the features be better but different? We believe yes, that'll be the case. But once again, it's hard to say anything for sure because the studio itself hasn't confirmed anything yet. And it seems like Wendy might have unintentionally leaked information that the studio did not intend to release yet. The first game was largely influenced by vehicular combat, along with the gameplay outside of Max's magnum opus. And there are so many ways in which the studio could expand the game's rumored sequel. There might be another Mad Max movie as well. While the rumors about a new Mad Max game are getting all the spotlight, there's another floating rumor that you might have missed. You must remember the last Mad Max movie from 2015. We haven't gotten any new Mad Max films since then. Yes, there's been news about a Mad Max prequel named Furiosa, but it isn't exactly a prequel, but a Mad Max's characters Imperator Furiosa focused film, which will hopefully hit cinemas in 2024. But the rumor is about another sequel to Mad Max called Mad Max The Wasteland. According to reports, The Wasteland is also under production, and it will be released somewhere in 2023. When will we possibly get to play the new game? Once again, no confirmed news about the progress or release of Mad Max 2, but considering the time when the studio had started developing the game during pre-COVID times, it should be here by 2023. If not 2023, then the safest guess would be somewhere in the first half of 2024. The release of the game's sequel shouldn't go further than that because pre-COVID time was also almost 2 years ago. Now, after this leak, fans are expecting some official statements from the studio as well, but we're not sure if that will happen because it's already been days since Wendy posted that tweet, and no one from Avalanche Studios has responded to the queries related to Mad Max 2's development. Should we really wait for the Mad Max 2 game? Let's be honest here. For now, everyone should treat this information as a rumor because it would was just a tweet with no authentic or additional information. We are not saying that the Twitter post itself is a lie. Wendy definitely shared her real experience, but there's a possibility that Mad Max 2 was canceled, as it's already been 2 years, and there's no official news about it. No news can also be news, right? Another possible reason why there's no official response to Wendy's tweet can be because Wendy could have been confused, and the scan could have been for Rage 2, which was also developed and released by Avalanche Studios in 2019. Unfortunately, these are also just speculations, unless Warner Brothers makes an official statement. For now, all we can do is keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best. Was Mad Max 2015 really underrated? To be honest, Mad Max was actually one of the most ambitious games fans had played in the last decade. The game was clearly developed as a result of all the hype that Mad Max Fury Road had created at the time. Whatever anyone may say, there's no denying that Mad Max 15's Mad Max game was underrated. Everything from the characters to the cars that we saw in this game were some fine art pieces. Some reasons why we think the game was underrated include its memorable characters, zero nostalgic panderings, customization of characters and weapons as much as the players want, interesting desert world, and familiar yet satisfying gameplay. Not just that, the side missions galore is literally the best part of the game. Like other games, it doesn't restrict the players to limited action. Instead, players can enjoy a range of things in the game. Most of the fans love the way the car speeds in the game seem perfect. The vehicular gameplay is genuinely on point. After all, the franchise has always been popular in the wild and fast cars that can do amazing stuff. What other games are coming this year? While the news about Mad Max 2 is still just rumors, you may want to play some other amazing games which are on their way. Elden Ring. Elden Ring is a third-person action-adventure game, and it'll be released on February 25th, 2022. The game has enjoyed the hype since From Software announced its development, and we believe that the game will definitely live up to the hype. It will be available for PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC. Shadow Warrior 3. This fast-action FPS will be returning with a new adventure on March 1st, 2022. According to the official synopsis, the game will lead Lo Wang and Orochi Zilla on an adventure to capture an ancient dragon. The game will be available for all Xbox One, PS4, and PC users. Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin. The new game from the Final Fantasy Origin will definitely hook you to its heavy action and amazing gameplay on March 18th, 2022. You are lucky if you're a PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X or S, Xbox One, or PC user, because it'll only be available for those platforms. LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. Fans have been waiting for this game for ages now because it was originally set to be released back in 2020. However, now it's been confirmed. The game is coming your way on April 5th, 2022. It'll be available on platforms like Switch, Xbox One, PC, PS5, and PS4. Kirby: The Forgotten Land. Since 2018, this would be the first game to have Kirby as a protagonist. The 3D adventure game will be released somewhere in the spring of 2022 and will be available for Switch only. Starfield. The role-playing game will be released in November 2022. Not just that, Starfield is a PC and Xbox Series XS exclusive game, and it wouldn't be available for any other gaming platforms. Marvel's Midnight Suns. Last but not least among the upcoming games is Marvel's Midnight Suns. This game will feature almost all of our favorite Marvel heroes and villains as well. The release date for this game isn't confirmed yet, however, it should arrive by the end of 2022. Lastly, the game will be available for platforms including Switch, Xbox One, PS4, PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X and S. For now, this is everything from the world of video games. Many amazing games are on their way, while others are still under development. Tell us about your favorite video game in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave. We'll be back with more amazing content. Till then, stay safe and healthy. Goodbye.